Hi everyone, this video will show you how to solve a systems of equations by substitution. The substitution method works by first solving one of the variables that exist in one of the given equations. So for example, here we have x equals 4y plus 2 and y equals 11x plus 2. So for this example, we solve the variable for x, and here we solve the variable for y. Basically, all we do is define one variable in terms of other variables. And once we get the equation for one of the variables, we just substitute the variable's equation, which for this example is these two, and into another equation that contains the variable. So for this case, the variable would be x and y. Let's do a few examples to clarify our understanding. For the first example, given two equations, 3x minus 5y equals -7 and x plus 3y equals 13, what is the value of x and y? To begin, let's just write down the two equations that were given and call them equation 1 and equation 2. From equation 2, which is x plus 3y equals 13, if we move the 3y to the right hand side, we can get x equals 13 minus 3y. And as you can see, we have solved what variable x is in terms of other variables. And let's just call this equation number 3. And now that we have what x is, let's substitute equation number 3 into equation number 1. So for this first line here, all we did is substitute the value of x, which is 13 minus 3y, into the x over here. So we get 2 times 13 minus 3y minus 5y equals -7. And from here on, we can do some simple calculation. And in the end, we should get y equals 3. Let's let y equals 3 be equation number 4. And now we substitute equation number 4 into 1. So basically all we do is plug in the number 3 into the value y. So for equation number 1, we have 5y here. This is why we do 5 times 3. And after some calculations, we have x equals 4. Now that we have what x and y is, this question is basically done. However, I want to stress that there are other paths that you can take to solving this problem. For example, instead of doing substitute equation number 4 into equation number 1, we can substitute 4 into equation number 2. So it'll be x plus 3y equals 13. The y here will turn into 3. And in the end, you should still find that the result is x equals 4. Here's another example. Given the equations 3x plus 2y is 11 and 7x minus 4y equals 10, what is the value of x and y? Like the previous example, let's just write down the given equations and call it equation 1 and equation 2. Now we can choose either equations to work on, but in this case, let's just say that we want to work on equation number 1, which is 3x plus 2y is 11. And from here, we can choose whether we want to solve for x or solve for y. It does not matter which variable we solve first. So in this case, let's just say we want to solve for x. And if you move 2y to the right hand side and then divide by 3, we should get x equals 11 over 3 minus 2 over 3 times y. We now have the equation of x in terms of y, so let's call it equation number 3. And now substitute equation number 3 into equation number 2. So the value here, 11 over 3 minus 2 over 3y, will be put into this y over here. And thus we get this equation. And after some calculations, we should get that the value of y is 47 over 26. And we'll call this equation number 4. Now let's substitute the value of y, which is equation 4, into equation number 1. And again, it does not matter if we choose equation 1 or equation 2, either equation works. So we put 47 over 26 here, and we put it into the y value over here. After calculations, we should get x equals 96 over 39. If you want to check whether you have the correct values or not, just plug in the value of x and plug in the value of y into equations 1 and equation 2. So here we have plugged it in. This is actually equation 1, this is actually equation 2. If at least one of your equations left-hand side does not equal the right-hand side, and that means your values of x and y are incorrect. To clarify your understanding, I encourage you guys to try out these couple of examples and compare whether you have the right answers or not.